How's it going? I'm Clarky, Stacey's Shack on Instagram. I also had the brain fart that started the Friendly Fire Collective. As in the time-old YouTube tradition, I have to specify that this isn't a sponsored video. Kamado Joe did send me the grill for free, but it's for a totally different project with a client that I'm working on. I just thought, I might as well make some use of it, make some content for the channel while I'm at it and have a bit of a play around with it. Will these reviews be detailed? Probably not. Will they be informative? Who knows? Will they be honest? Yeah. Each episode, and right now I've only got one planned, which is this one, I'm going to ask the same questions so we can break it down for whatever product I'm talking about. And those questions are going to be, was it easy to set up? Is it good value for money? Any negatives? Does it look pimp? Do I love it? Do I need it in my life? I think those questions can give you a good idea whether you want to go off and watch someone's half-an-hour review of something. Was it easy to set up? Yeah, it was dead easy. There was a few little bits that really slowed it down. One, filming it, that really slowed it down. But two, there's 4 screws that attach to the air hinge that are built into the body. They were a nightmare for me. I honestly thought I'd fucked it. I thought I'd threaded the screws or threaded the bolts or something. Anyway, it turns out it was just a little bit fiddly to get right. The only other problem I came across was completely my fault. The piece that goes in the bottom between the 4 legs has got a lovely Kamado Joe logo on it, and I put that in sideways. Is a good value for money? To answer that, you've got to look at what you want to do with it. I've got several other barbecues that I use. If I compare it to a Weber Kettle, which I've had for about 4 or 5 years, and the one I bought was a limited edition, I think that cost me about 400 quid at the time, versus this, which I think you can buy for £500. It's a really good option because that ceramic fireball really does make it stand out from a normal kettle. For me, you know, I started out doing low and slows on traditional kettles, which it's totally doable. You got people winning competitions on, not me, but you got people doing that. It's slightly more difficult, I found, to maintain the heat and, you know, the low temperature without using certain methods, sometimes maybe topping up as you go. This just burns for hours. It really does just burn for hours. So I think it's good value for money. Any negatives? I've been using it for a few weeks now. I've done mostly hot and fast cooks on it. It's going to be used in a couple of weeks for a hot wing quiz, which is why I'm kind of practicing those high temperatures, maintaining that. The few negatives I've found so far are you can't calibrate the thermometer on it. Now, I'm honest with you, I don't calibrate them at all. I generally learn what the difference is between them and the dome anyway, so I'm quite happy with that. But I did notice with this one you can't calibrate it unless I'm being stupid, and you can. So the biggest negative, which again was more about where it was, or something I did, was there was quite a lot of flex in the body. At first I presumed I put something together wrong, or it was, you know, something wasn't tight or something was too tight or something. And it turns out that my garden was just where it is in the shack was slightly off. So once I moved it onto concrete, that movement didn't go completely, because it's metal barbecue versus the ceramic, but it doesn't have any much more movement than like my old Weber Kettle or something like that. Okay, so probably the most important question, does it look pimp? Now, I know this barbecue's really rubbed some people up the wrong way. I've heard some very vocal people describing its phallic shape, should we say. It doesn't bother me. I quite like it. It's a bit different. It's, you know, it's doing that middle section, that slow roller that gives it that unusual shape. It's doing a job. I cooked ribs on it last week on a low and slow. It seemed to do its job quite well. You know, can't comment too much until I've done some more, but it doesn't bother me. I think it looks pretty pimp. It's got a very distinguished Kamado shape to it when you take the slow roller out. Do I love it? I'm starting to. For me, my old kettle used to just be used for hot and fast cooks, doing a lot of wings, you know, get the plancha on and do some burgers or something like that. It's definitely got a place in my arsenal of barbecues. The wife hasn't complained about any of the chicken wings that have been produced by the Kamado Joe, Kettle Joe, which is a good thing, because it was very hit and miss in the past that she didn't feel they were crispy enough. Again, that'll be down to me, but what I'm getting with the Kettle Joe is consistency. That of the several batches of wings in the last few weeks, she's loved them all, and that's all that matters in this house. Is my wife happy? Are the wings crispy enough? Do I need it in my life? Well, I do, because I like having gadgets and I like having cool stuff, and it fits right in. I think as a starter barbecue, it's probably more expensive than you need to spend as a starter, but it will do you a lot longer. You won't be replacing it if you go down that route, because it's got the ceramic fireball. That's what makes the big difference in it, personally, I think. But it's not personally, I think that is what makes the big difference in it. It's what's set to the side from the rest of them. Besides its striking shape, profile, that ceramic fireball makes all the difference. So it's definitely going to stay in the shack. It's definitely going to get used. I have got other barbecues which have been pushed to the side, but this has definitely got a space for me. Got a space for me? This has got space in my shack. Hopefully it's been some help. Hopefully this is going to come out under 5 minutes, and hopefully I don't come across like a massive but we'll be doing some more shooting with Phil Bruchak soon on his Game Changers show. Hopefully I'm going to get some time with Edge Barbecue and Rob C Eats. Busy lives, busy family men. We can't always get the time together that we want. I've got some other projects I'm working on, hopefully closer to home, with some local guys to add to the channel. So like, subscribe and turn on notifications.